Okay, so this is the beginning of a rather extensive install series of many different parts on my C7 Z06 Carbon 65 edition. I'm going to try not to rattle off all the numbers of the car. Eventually, by the end of this, I'll have it straight. But what we're going to work on here today is LG Motorsports long tube headers. I'm going to do catted, the catted option. So they give you cutouts or straight option, or you can do cat. So we're going to do the high flow cat version and LG X pipe. I do have a Corsa exhaust coming. It's not here yet, so I'll do that in a separate video. But we have OE, GM, AC Delco, header gaskets. We'll put new gaskets on, O2 extenders. We have all of our individual seals as we make our connection points. And so it'll be really interesting to see what the stock exhaust sounds like with headers. Everybody tells me it's going to be a whole lot louder, which is what I want. So if I'm gonna have a Corvette and a big old V8, I'm gonna make this thing super loud. So I asked some chaperones to come with me today to keep me under control. This is my first Corvette modification. Headers are usually not fun, and I want to retain friendships with you. So I brought some Corvette friends. They're friendly to the Corvette community, so they're gonna keep me under control in this video, because otherwise I can get a little out of control. So we have the car up in the air. I'll talk about tools. I know many of you will be new to my channel because this is a different car than my normal BMW, Porsche, or a Honda projects. I'm gonna fumble through this. I'm gonna bust my knuckles. I'm gonna, yell and scream and do what I normally do. But we're gonna work our way through this, get the headers installed, and I have many other projects as well we'll probably work on this weekend too. So I'll be sharing with you tools, lift, air compressor, kind of share with you all those different things, and follow Ras and Chelsea around as they basically do all the work, and I have to work the cameras because it's the weekend and Bryce isn't here. So let's get started. Okay, so we're working on breaking bolts from underneath here. I'm gonna try to gimbal as well so we can see what we're up to. Yeah. And because I don't have a cameraman, Raz is going to end up doing 90% of the work here, I'm sure. So what do we got going on here? So we got the manifolds on the side of the motor. They bolt to each head, but then the cat pipes bolt to the manifolds. There are 2 bolts there, 2 bolts on the other side, and the same thing for the driver's side over here. Yeah. So some of them can be a little bit of a pain to get to. So do remember to spray PB Blaster or other penetrating oil so you don't have to bust out a torch to get them loose. Yeah, and I mean, this is a 2018, so we shouldn't be too bad off. It's not too bad, no. Yeah. And then you can reach some of the other header bolts from up here, or those will all be from up top? I typically do them from up top. You have the heat shields. It's a little bit difficult to see, but yeah, we're not going to be able to see that. You can see it kind of from here, from the other side. Yeah. But you have the heat shields on the manifolds. You need to take those off, otherwise you're going to end up with bloody knuckles. So what are so these 4 bolts? So point to the bolts you're right, taking off. So there's one. Let me use some light. Yeah, give me some light. See, you've got 2 of them up there. That's interesting. Right there, and right there. Yeah. And you have 2 on the other side as well. And so some of them can be a little bit tricky to get to. So you have to use a combination of 3/8, ½ inch, some wrenches and a little bit of wobbles and a little bit of everything to get to them. That's not too bad though. No, it's not. It's not. It's just you have these cats here that take up a lot of space. You also have the dry sump lines, return line sitting right there. We're gonna have to drop the oil in order to get the header out. Yeah, some people say you can do headers without dropping these. Others prefer to drop the starter, take the shield off, drop the starter. Yeah. Maybe both. Maybe both. It depends on what the headers do. All right. So you got all those broken? Not this side. Oh. This side, yes, except for one that's a little bit tricky to get to. But yeah, so break these loose. Yeah. Take the tunnel plate off afterwards. Yeah, so we're going to take this plate off. Yeah. And then that'll come all the way back and we'll do our X-pipe section. And now the headers are long tubes, so the tubes come out further and we relocate the cats. They're going to come down to about here almost. Yeah. Yep. Right. We'll see. We'll see how it fits once we get it on there. Okay, so we got relocating these little cross brace thingers. I was just going to take it off altogether. Yeah. It's just a bolt right there. That's the one disadvantage of the scissor lift. Well, it's fine. I think it might sit out of the way.
Oh, that's how you do this. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, and I got...
They're actually slotted. Excellent.
As you're categorizing, I got fancy trays.
Yes.
Okay, so we remove those two little cross brace thingers. You got these four. What the heck is it? These four are off. Do we want to...
I want to take as much
drain
off.
pan?
No, not yet. I was going to take the tunnel plate off.
Got it.
It's easy enough. It needs to come off anyway.
Yeah. What are these?
I think they're 13.
14, 14, 13.
I think they're 13, and these are 18. Sure you want to do it by hand?
No, you just keep going. I'll get 4 of them out, and you get the rest. I gotta look like I'm doing something. Plate is pretty stout. I'll give that.
Yeah, so it's interesting on the C7, they actually vented it a little bit more. It used to be more solid, which also meant you retained much more heat inside the car. It just never escaped. Pockets and
This is why you should never lower the car, Ras. GM engineers are perfect.
Yeah, if you want to go off-road.
They don't. They don't make mistakes. There's a reason why it's this tall. Don't you know that?
No, I didn't, but I'm glad I do now. It's not the first time I've had to do this.
So this just got a little rounded and getting hit, so it's just filing it flat on the sides. But that can happen if it bottoms out somewhere. Should be good now. Something tack.
There we go.
Got it.
All right.
And so here's what the factory X pipe. So there's is that a secondary cat? Is that what that is?
Yeah, they started doing that in, I think it was 12 or 13.
So we're going to remove the secondary cat. It doesn't look like there's no 2 sensor there though.
No, but I know my 2010 went from having 2 to having 4 after I burned the cats up at the track.
Yeah, so then there's a little setup here. So we'll be changing out to that point there in our new X pipe. I'll lay them out and show you the difference here when we get there. So here's the aftermarket X pipe.
Nothing like...
Oh, there's a lot of room out there.
There's enough room, it's just a question of how to get to it, because this little sensor right here is the ride height sensor.
Oh.
They have one on each corner. You don't want to break it. They're not expensive, but they can be a little bit difficult to get hold of, and they're plastic.
They do a ride height on each side? There's
What
just
now?
one.
What now?
One leveling sensor or 2?
You have one on each wheel, I think.
Yeah, right here.
Yep. You have them in the back as well. It's just a way for the car to know, like the tilt and everything,
Yeah.
how low it is. And then if it sits lower, it'll actually firm up the suspension for you. Well, so trying to get the downpipes.
Well, point to
off.
the ride height sensor.
Oh, ride height sensor. All right, well, there's a bolt in here
Yeah.
on the back in there. I don't know if you can
But
see
the
it.
little arm is what we don't want to break.
Yeah,
On
this is the
right.
ride height sensor. This is a plastic housing.
Yeah.
So there's one on each corner. Of course, you don't want to break that because then the car doesn't know what it's doing.
Yeah, I'll get it checked.
So it's just a matter of trying to get into that bolt without breaking that one, because those bolts are kind of tight. A lot of this stuff is just trying to figure out which tools to use. It's not difficult to wrench on it. Ah, got it. It's just a matter of figuring out which one to use. So those bolts are typically the most difficult to get to.
Well, if that's the case, then sign me up for that.
Well, it doesn't mean that we don't have bolts on the top side that are going to be difficult.
Well, you just said
They're
these.
just
You
more
said
of them.
these were the most difficult. So
To get to, yeah. But still have other ones that
then
are
that's
difficult.
easy. I'll sign up for that any day.
All right, so you got it from here?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay.
I can do it.
Okay.
I just like to abdicate. I like to let you get the win.
Let's see if we can't make the Corvette get the win, right? I'm trying here. I'm trying.
All right, so we got all the bolts out. We're about to pull the What is this thing? I guess this is a cat pipe. What do we even call this thing?
Yeah, I call it a cat
Down pipe?
Yeah.
It's not really a down pipe.
Cat pipe, down pipe, exhaust.
It's
Annoying as heck. Like one of the aboves. Somebody hold that.
if you kick it off the back.
Oh, that's interesting. The whole stud came out. Okay.
It isn't going back in.
No, it's not.
So, yeah, lift up, kick this back out. There you go.
Yeah, but it's caught on the A-arm right over here.
Well, we might as well, if we dump the oil.
Well,
we got room.
You got the A-arm right, or you got the K-member right there. It's sitting right on top.
Where's my hacksaw? How about this one?
Yeah, hang on, give me a second.
So kick my hand off there.
You get all the bolts off?
Yep.
Oh, shoot, do we have to take the studs out?
What are they?
We might have to take the studs out.
Yeah. What is that? That's like a pin mill.
It's smaller than that. Probably like a 7.
If you just take probably the back stud out. Yeah, I can see now how this is going to be a whole lot louder.
You have a lot in the way on the stock
This
exhaust.
90 here has to be significant.
It's also why you can pick up quite a bit of power with headers, right?
Yeah.
Especially on LS or LT or what is it, Generation 4 motors. These are Generation 4 small blocks.
You see, this is just like almost great, but just a little bit too short. I need to get like taller blocks, I think. But the problem is I can't get the car on the blocks then.
No, you can't. No, I mean this is not bad. This is okay. You could lower it and just sit, you know.
Yeah.
Have a roller.
It's better than laying on your darn back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Feeling all claustrophobic.
Yes. We've been there plenty of times.
It's what you have to do.
It's fine for a few hours, but then.
Well, imagine doing a K-member swap on your back with the car on jack stand, supporting the motor in Lord knows which way.
The only stud that I really need to get out is the hard one.
Oh, really? We'll figure out a way.
You got your darn PB blast everywhere. I'd rather break bolts and deal with this.
Well, it's okay to break bolts, but you don't want to strip them, right?
We need to break our O2 sensors.
You don't have to break them off. You can just disconnect them.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
they come all the way down.
Okay,
it's easy to do.
because we're already using extenders.
Yeah, it's easy to just.
BMW's, the Molex is always way up in there. That's why I do the anti-twist method.
Oh.
Twist, 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 counter twist, and then when I twist it in, then
Yeah. No, this is not bad.
unwinds. This is the one time in my life I want to be 5'10".
The one time in your life?
Yeah.
You thought about it before.
Well, being 5'10" would be cool for crossfitting too. Pull-ups, air squats, burpees, pretty much anything. But then everything else, yeah, driving Corvettes. Everything else I want to be 6'5". How many darn turns are there? Come on. Yeah.
You okay there?
Yep. I need like 27 more turns and I got it. Just have to let the blood come back to my arms.
Where is it at? Oh, it's right there.
It's hard. It's hard having biceps this big, you know. It gets heavy.
Right. Yeah, because that's the problem.
Yeah. Gets heavy. Need Bryce's baby hands. Actually, we got your baby hands here today. This stud is 45 feet long. Told you I was gonna start yelling and screaming.
All right, let's get it out.
Gosh, come on.
Come on, GM. Get your crap together.
Nobody mentioned shredded
Hey,
lettuce.
this is what I'm getting at. This has nothing to do with GM. This is every car. Don't do this stuff. That's why every time I modify something, I'm going, I'm never doing this again.
And then 5 minutes later, you're buying something new.
Yeah, Google gets me. Almost there, come on. I can't get my hand on it to turn.
You want me to do it?
You can't, like, I don't think you can get up in there. We're only 30 minutes in and I'm already getting cranky.
It's part of the game.
Idiots.
It's part of the game.
If you pay someone, people give you a hard time. If you don't pay someone, people give you a hard time. So I just do what I want. It's hanging on by like...
Patience and persistence.
It's hanging on by like a quarter of a thread. And yet it'll take 12 more turns with this.
Trying to push the pipe up a little bit. Sometimes that...
yeah, it's up.
Okay.
Let's try the no-look method. That's more comfortable. This is when it usually falls on my head. It's like wiggling. Gosh, come on. I'm sweating. Freaking Corvettes. What was I thinking?
It'll be worth it.
Should have bought a BMW. I wouldn't even have to do headers.
You did buy a BMW.
I wouldn't even have to do
Hey,
headers.
you know, you could buy a C8.
Got it.
Oh.
You know, the C8 comes with some fancy headers, you know.
I don't know where the stud went, but I got it. Should be
We'll
ready.
find it.
Ready? Pull that sucker off.
Remember
Two
to,
sensors on there.
yeah, remember to disconnect the O2 sensors.
Where the heck does it go?
They're covered
One right here.
in little...
It's 45 feet long.
Well, if you look inside those packs.
You can't see it.
I
Can't
can
see
see
it.
it over here.
Is it gone? Is it done?
I quit.
It's right there. I just pull down on this one. It's right in there.
Yeah, it's in there. I need the blood to come back to my arms first.
Yeah, get it out of the head, into the arms.
Oh yeah, it's right there, real easy.
I didn't say it was easy, I just said it was right there.
Molex plugs, I hate them.
Yeah, we all do.
Come on. Yeah. This is why I like taking it out of the exhaust.
Huh?
This is why I always unscrew it from the exhaust first.
Oh, I did bring O2 sockets. We can do that as well.
Well, I just broke it.
What, the socket?
The bracket.
Oh, that's fine. That's what zip ties are for.
Frickin' GM. It's not GM's fault, you're an idiot. I'm not disputing that one.
I'm not saying that one.
Let go. All right, there's one. One semi-broken one, but disconnected. The other one is, yeah, way up there, bro.
Well, maybe we have to get it from the top.
I even put glue on this sucker.
Can you hold this side right here? That's the last stud right here. Thank you. There we go. Oh, you look at that. All right.
You need a hold?
Yep. Yes, please. Can I have that little pick you had? Or don't you have like a right angle pick?
You got a sledgehammer.
No, just a small pick. Don't need a sledgehammer. Thank you. There we go.
I gotta make Corvette's great hat on.
Because that's gonna work.
It's not helping. It's keeping me from getting a greasy face.
There you go.
Done.
That's the first side.
All right,
Right.
you break,
In the back?
I'll break the other side. Put that in a dumpster.
Let's see. There's one right there.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you take them apart? You just light that out, the back side. It's always the little things, isn't it?
It's like a little black, like
Yeah, it's right there. It's sitting on that little bracket.
just break it. Okay. And we're out. And we're hanging.
That's a little bit easier, yeah. You're right.
Yep. Usually am.
It happens.
Don't you know
right?
that?
No.
You got two being rights right here, working on the car at once. That's a bad combination. Oh my gosh, I can fit my whole body up in here. Yeah. Yeah, let me push on that sucker. All right, I won't let it beat me. O2 sensor. All right, so we got all this business out. So you can see the bottom of the header. See that hole there? So that's where we took the studs out. You can see a little better on this side. There, the two sensors, all that business. So now what we're doing is now we're going to take the X pipe out, mid pipe. So we'll remove that. And we'll leave the rear section for another day because I don't have it yet.
You may want to hold
drop it on the camera.
Yeah.
Like that guy with the Corvette's hat on, he's not doing any work.
I'm going to leave some to you.
He's not doing anything. We're going to get the drop spindles done today. This is when I start to get excited.
No.
You don't
You
think
just
so?
went from cussing out stuff to being very excited.
The drop spindles would be real easy.
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
I can see it. I can feel it. This is where the ratchet or the impact would be a little bit more useful for me.
There we go. All right, so now comes the fun part of trying to wiggle that off and get that off these.
Let me back up my $10,000 camera here. You got it? I use my Corvette's hat. There we
You're
go.
making it great, aren't you? So it's kind of
I got it.
Perfect.
it's kind of fulfilling its purpose. There you go. It wasn't too bad, and you got to use a hammer.
And we're out. Hammer. Now I feel like a real American. Saran wrapping the hood, the fenders, because there's no easy way to get into this compartment from 1957. When did they design this thing?
67?
No, the Corvette.
1953.
Right. So 1953, we're looking at right here.
Oh my god.
Didn't even have a V8.
All that evolution.
What was the first year of the V8? Was that
55.
55? Okay.
All that.
Yeah,
all
what was
those
the
years,
6-cylinder
and
called?
still the same engine.
The six-cylinder, what was it called?
The Blue Flame 6.
Yes. The Blue Flame.
What do we call this thing? Direct port, extra port injection, or some bull crap like that? What are they talking about on that thing?
Direct injection?
What's the new one have that's special?
Yeah, it's the LT1.
It has direct and has like two injection types.
Well, it has an additional one, just like every other car has these days. You know, it's where you don't.
But I hear Corvette people like pitching that like it's some sort of special feature.
Well, of course it is. It's on the Corvette. Of course it's special. These cars are special.
This is not working.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay, just like the Corvette.
Oh.
Everything's okay.
Everything is
All
fine.
right, back to PC. I love it.
No.
I like the color. Let's focus on the positive.
I knew we should have brought some shredded lettuce.
Uh-oh. I ain't never done this to my BMW. Put some saran wrap on it.
Because you don't work in your cars, right?
I ain't never done no headers on my BMWs either. We'll do two.
Fine.
Someone will be yelling about this for sure. That's why I'm trying to distract them with my Corvette knowledge.
If you want to know about Corvettes, just ask Chelsea. She has all the trivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a time warp here. I'm back in time to a better time.
When the world made sense.
Did you disconnect the battery?
No.
No.
But I opened the trunk.
Where is the battery?
In the trunk.
Oh. I thought for sure they would have put it like underneath the driver's seat or something crazy.
Why would they do that?
Why is the freaking hood open backwards?
No, but they're good engineers, not bad engineers. Why would they put it somewhere silly?
All right, what are you doing? I can't get a good angle because the freaking hood. Can't see anything.
You need me to step back and explain it?
God dang it. How am I supposed to show a DIY if I can't even get a good angle?
It's not that
Can we take the hood off?
No, we can, but no, we're not going to take the hood off.
It looks easy.
Think about the Corvette greatness.
It's 4 bolts. But then you probably have to line it up, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, it would be a pain in the butt to line it back up. You'll never be happy with it.
So we're taking the plug wires off.
Yep. So we have room to get in there.
Yeah, plug wires off, spark plugs out.
All right. And you took the little plastic cover off
Yep, we did.
to expose all the ponies.
Yep.
Oh, not ponies, the eagles.
Eagles, yeah.
Can't say ponies. That's a Mustang thing.
Well, sure, okay.
So here's what we're working on here.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can use this. So you can get a tool that kind of grabs onto there.
Yeah. To get the wire out. Can't get 2 people in there because the hood's in the way. We try to get the camera in. And I get some sort of footage. It's not my fault, people. I'm trying. You can put my you mean to man up on you in there and pull it with my superior strength.
Manly hands. Yeah, my dainty European hands are not meant for American coil wires. Ah, there we go.
You're not allowed to get mad. Only I'm allowed to get mad.
So that's 2 out of 8.
All right. Yeah,
You want to try one too?
We got
You want to feel it?
We got 8 HPs. Doesn't this thing turn off most of them half the time?
It's got that eco mode.
If you're in eco mode, it does.
Yeah, that's for babies. We don't do that. I'm
You know what? No,
flat out at all
I think you
times.
should try it.
All right, I'll
Just
get it.
feel the pain.
I want to hope in prayers when I need. Oh, this is gonna suck.
This is going to end up in a good rant.
We're going big.
Oh, you don't want to squash that, so careful with that.
I know nothing but gentle. Forget the fact that I already broke the O2 sensors.
This is not going to end well, is it?
Yeah, I don't like that either. Let's use the bolt cutters.
No. No, you do not want to use the bolt cutters. Please don't use the bolt cutters.
You can try my baby hands and my no strength biceps.
These might work. Yeah, you can stick and try it. Actually, you're right. Gloves might work better. Get a little better grip on it. What's up, son? Boom! Get out of here.
Yes, look at that.
I'm made for this American fixing.
Are we putting these in order? Are we putting the wires in order?
No, it doesn't have to. It'll be okay. Once the car starts running rough, Matt will figure out which one it is based on which one he cut.
I will kill you if I have to take this apart again. How many combinations? What's the mathematics behind that? How many combinations do you have with 8?
You mean with 8?
Was it 8 to the 10th?
Well, you have
10 to the 8th power combinations?
Well, you have 8 for the first one, 7 for the next, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right?
Yeah.
So multiply them all together, and you get that.
if this one's gonna fit. Got it.
Dang, Matt, you are made for this car. This.
Real men are laughing their face off all over the country right now. All right, let me take some header bolts off. What size are these puppies?
No, you want to take the shield off first.
Yeah, we'll just cut.
Actually, you want to take the spark plugs out too.
We'll just cut the shield off. Spark plugs.
Yeah, there are 4 spark plugs in there.
We need to order those for sure.
What now?
Don't we need to order those?
New spark plugs?
Oh, no, I mean like put them in order.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
I think you got to take the spark plugs out?
Yeah, because otherwise those headers are going to get stuck, and you don't want to start breaking those spark plugs off. I mean,
yeah,
they're not that dainty, but it's. I mean, you got the other stuff. Just is it a 19 or 18?
I thought it was a 15.
Are there only 2 screws on this? Oh, 3. Got it.
Yeah. And one of them you might have to get from the bottom.
Uh-oh.
Got little grippy things.
That ain't
So
good.
you don't drop the spark plug.
What did you do?
No, I mean the spark plug's coming out when I just turned it. I think. Like I didn't even.
That sounds interesting.
No, I'm just not on it. I'm an idiot.
Oh,
You wanna
okay.
try that one?
Where'd this come from?
Your dad found it. It's right here.
Holy moly! I got tools I didn't even know I had. That's sick.
How the heck is this supposed to be coming off?
Oh, pull up here. You want to do that? I got this, bro. I'm like a freaking GM whisperer. Watch. Take these little tabbies.
Not that one. You need to get the cover off first.
Really?
Yeah.
I got you. Don't worry.
There's
Okay.
little tabs on the front.
I'll do the spark plugs.
Slide it forward.
Where's the... Oh, you got it right
You
here.
sure that has to come off first?
It's just not
I
on
don't
there.
believe you. I don't believe it. This isn't a successful project unless we're yelling at each other by the end. Get out of my way! Come on, bro. It's like too short. So here's what I'm doing. Lifting out the fuse box by pulling these 2 things up. And then I gotta get I think I gotta get this little bus off of there. And so I'm gonna lift those upward and then get the box out of the way. Told you I got this.
Nice. Is this rubber?
That's for that, yeah. So now, are we taking this whole box out, I guess?
I think so.
Yeah.
Otherwise you won't be able to get down to the header. So there might be... Is there an AC line in the loom over there? Because that needs to come out.
So I'm gonna take the couple of screws that hold the bottom of the box in. I'm gonna be able to remove this whole thing so we can get down to the header.
Now, why would they put a grounding strap right there where your ratchet goes? Oh, look at that, first one.
Yeah, we should get some new plugs, shouldn't we, while we're at it?
Yeah, sure. These are just standard AC Delco plugs.
You can get them at
anywhere.
AutoZone, you think?
Yeah, I'll be fine. You may as well get new plugs.
We're gonna have to change the oil too, so.
We're gonna have to go to Harbor Freight too.
I'll slum it with your Harbor Freight stuff. What do we need to go Harbor Freight for?
Brass hammer.
We don't need that.
Yeah, for the suspension.
I'm telling you. You'll see. I'm
Okay.
gonna pop those suckers off. Be out in 2 seconds. Each side. Each corner's gonna take an hour. That's my prediction. You ready for it? Matty estimation.
I don't know if it's going to be an hour. I think it's going to be a little bit more. This heat shield is digging into my bone. Lord almighty.
1 hour tops. Whole suspension.
Yeah, you went from an hour for each corner to the hour for the whole thing.
Before you even started.
Headers will be done by lunchtime.
Isn't it lunchtime?
Maybe.
Oh, it was built by John. This
know?
engine.
Oh, cool. Thanks, John.
John Brousseau. Shout out to
I
John
wish
Brousseau.
John was here right now. We could watch him. That'd be way better.
I'm sure he'd be way faster than the two of us. Oh, it could be worse, you know. It could be an intake on a BMW.
We don't need headers on BMWs. They actually put decent headers on them from stock.
Oh, I said intake.
No.
Right, wasn't that what took so long?
Yeah, that's just the dining. I see.
All right. Oh, God, you're kidding me.
I'll tell you what, though. This American stuff makes a lot more sense to me. Like how they design things, you know?
Really?
Like how to take things off.
Well, BMWs I don't think are bad. I always felt a little bit defeated by Audis. They tend to have locking stuff left and right.
All right, so here's what I did on the fuse box. So see this little tab right here? So it sits in like this. So you push the tab back and pull this way, and that's what lifts it out. Now the question is, how do you get this box out of here with all these wires in the way? That's the question.
With that camera angle right behind me, do you think this fender makes my backside look fat?
Probably. Boom!
All right, you got it out.
Done by lunchtime. Okay, now we gotta take this, I take this little plastic thing off.
Yeah,
right?
it's just a Torx, I think it's a T40, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And it just pops out. You need to get some of those hoses out of the way. But see, if you want to get to all that liberty and goodness in the back, it's better if the hood opens this way.
Now just have the hood open up straight.
And then you don't like have any light. Well, you do. But. All right, here we go.
T40.
Look at that, all spark plugs out. And they really do look used.
They're a little cooked.
We're gonna get some new ones.
Yes.
Yeah, we should get some new ones.
Do you think do they actually have them gapped properly, or I gotta gap them? This is 1947 here.
Oh my gosh. They'll probably be gapped fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
If not, it'll take 2 seconds.
Well, I don't have that tool because I'm in 2019.
Well, they're super cheap.
2019. I ain't got no gapping tool.
You live 10 minutes away from Harbor Freight.
I don't go to Harbor Freight.
I know. I think that's an 8 right there. You can put them over in the box suites.
It's a lot of taking stuff off to do some headers. I guess at least we can take it off. The GT350, you can take anything off.
Is it all blocked back there by body panels and parts and whatnot?
Yeah, they're just tight.
Yeah.
I remember my arms are bleeding.
Well, I mean, every car has its quirks. Some things are easier on some cars than others.
Well, and we're doing stuff that you're not supposed to do. You know, they didn't design it for us to be jerking around with this crap.
No, but I like doing this stuff, and I think that's one of the big appeals to these cars is that you can do all these stupid things to them that makes them less civil on the street, right? That's what makes them fun. How you can personalize it. I guess Porsche didn't want you to build your own GT3, so why would you need to get back there, I guess?
It'd take half the time if we did it again. When I buy my ZL1, is it ZL1 or ZR1? God dang it!
Oh my gosh.
When I buy my ZR1, then we'll be able to do this a lot faster. What'll be stuck on?
Seems like a little clip, maybe.
Yeah, it's because the plastic loops up and over and around. There we go. Only one bolt left to hold that dang shield on. That's never going back on. I think you have to push down to get it out. Like squeeze it together.
Ah, crap. I just broke it. Stupid or something? Don't answer that.
There you go.
Is it pushed down?
So it's going to be easier to get in the bottom there from the bottom.
I'm gonna have to take this thing off regardless. Am I stupid? This thing should just lift up.
It's the other side of this one. No, it's not.
I already broke it in half. How do these stupid things work?
Want me to take a look?
Like this should just pull up, right?
No, I think you have to squeeze it together. I think. Oh, shoot.
Just cut it off.
Probably don't need it anyway.
No, you
Oh,
probably
the AC
do need
line.
that line.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What in the world?
It's okay, you'll get it.
I already broke half of it. I'm sweating. Give me that hat. How am I sweating? It's 70 degrees in here.
Dude, I've been sweating for like hours. It's because I'm fat.
I don't like to admit that to myself. Our saran wrap's getting messed up. I just want this to come off. I think we just push down.
Push the brain.
You just push down and
Like a poop.
screw you! It was so easy.
I need light. I need light.
So we're gonna need to get that out to get this thing back on there. Okay. All right, so what are you doing over here? Getting the shield off?
Well, I would if we could get the car up, but
Yeah.
so far I'm just taking the header bolts out. I'm leaving the one in the middle so it doesn't fall down.
Just taking the bolts out, and then
Yeah, then
you already got the plugs out.
yep.
Of course, you removed all the plastic shroud and all that stuff. So we'll get the heat shield off, you get the bolts out, and then we're ready to yank this thing out the bottom. So
It
we're
should
getting
drop out.
Yeah, we're getting the last plug wire off of here. All right, so Chelsea's over here working on the last plug wire. We'll take all the plugs off this side, take the heat shield off, which we already did to the other side as well. So Raz is taking off the header bolts.
Well, we'll still have the shield on it, so.
Yeah, well, we got the bottom.
The shield is almost ready, leaving the one bolt in so it doesn't fall out, but should be ready to drop out soon.
Hey, if it drops on the ground, it's even better.
Oh, I dropped it.
And we
I
don't
can't
have to do
remember.
anything with it. Hey, guys, there's a problem here.
Oh, dear.
The roof opens, or the hood opens backwards.
Oh my gosh.
There's something wrong here.
I never noticed.
Take it back.
There's something backwards.
Broken.
I think something's wrong with it.
Think about it this way. If you forget to latch the hood or push it down, you're going really, really fast, getting all that freedom out.
Way to
It's
look
not
at
gonna
the
flip
way
out.
to look at the bright side. Yippee! You're supposed to be a European.
I am, and I'm working on American cars.
Yeah.
So this car
Everybody wants what they can't have.
You can buy a C8 if you want a front that opens the other way.